I know that there have been a lot of rumors, speculations, malicious filth being peddled by the cartels and their surrogates about me and my family, all of which is not just fake and completely false, very malicious. Number one, I would like this to be very, very clear to Kenyans. My children and members of my family have nothing to do with this campaign. Absolutely nothing to do with this campaign. The person running for public office is Miguna Miguna. If you have issue with Miguna Miguna, deal with it. If you have any scandal on Miguna Miguna, reveal it, bring it forward, let's see it. If you have any evidence that Miguna Miguna has committed a crime, has stolen anything, has grabbed any land, bring it forward. If you have evidence that Miguna Miguna is immoral, bring it forward. But leave my children out of it. Number two, my daughter Atieno is not called Juma. So that's fake number one. I don't have a child called Atieno Juma. So if somebody wants to give me a child by that name, I decline respectfully because I have enough children. I have 5 children and none of them is called Atieno Juma. Number 3, my daughter Atieno Miguna is not the same person allegedly on the sites that the Nairobian have published, and she has never been. So if there is some filthy-minded beast who is subscribing to sex sites and is purporting to have found my daughter in one of them, the beast should deal with his bestiality and should not bring it to the Miguna household. Ask yourself a very simple question. My children do not live in Kenya. My children do not go to school in Kenya. None of my children works in Kenya. The alleged child that is supposed to have been on this site is not a Kenyan. And the alleged name that was supposed to have been used on this site was not Atieno and was not Miguna. So ask yourself the question, if you go to a website with hundreds of thousands of images and names, and there is no Miguna on that site, and there is no Atieno on that site, so how do you then come up with a connection between the name Miguna and whatever else you got on that site? There is absolutely no connection, because number one, you have never met the girl. You have never interacted with the girl. The girl has never lived in Kenya. The girl has never attended any school in Kenya. The girl has never worked in Kenya. The girl is not a Kenyan. So under those circumstances, this is nothing but a vendetta, a malicious, filthy campaign to besmirch my character and that of my family. And I shall deal with it effectively starting next Monday. Number 4, this is very important. Number 4, these beasts then claim that I was married to Atieno's mother. I've only been married once and I've never divorced. So that again is a falsehood. Yes, Atieno is my daughter, but not the girl that they're trying to show and the images they're trying to show. Atieno's mother and I separated when Atieno was 3 years old. So start thinking. All right? Miguna is supposed to be a bad parent because Miguna had a child with a woman he did not marry. How many in this world have children with women they have not married? Hundreds of millions of people around the world. It's not a crime. Get something on Miguna and get it right. Then you can address it. Don't make anything up. So there was no marriage, there was no divorce. So that's lie number 4. Lie number 5. These are very, very important, and people should listen to what I'm saying, because I will deal with this to its logical conclusion. So assuming it was right, and it is not correct, it is not right, and you are going to websites and revealing images of people on those websites, how does that relate to Miguna and Miguna running for public office in Nairobi? This person is not running for public office. This person is not a Kenyan. This person does not work for Kenya or in Kenya. How does that now attach to me? And as the filthy Nairobian has been doing this, together with the cartel surrogates at the Standard Group, you've had a list of 23 names of very dirty looters, people who have sabotaged the Kenyan economy and have reduced citizens of this country to servitude, to suffering. And that name was released 2 days before they came up with this filth. Did they put that in the national, in the headings of their newspapers, in the headlines? No, you have not seen it. Have they been pursuing these cases? No, they are not pursuing those cases. But those are the cases that are of national interest. Those are the cases that would make a difference to a resident of Nairobi. Those are the monies that have been looted that would put food on the table for the residents of Nairobi. Because if the money was not looted, it would have gone towards creating infrastructure, would have created jobs for the unemployed youth, would have built housing for the homeless and for the people who live in slums, and would have helped Nairobians live in a humane environment. The media is not concerned about that. The media is concerned about hounding, harassing, blackmailing, defaming, scandalizing the only honest candidate for the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. They're not concerned about how many or how much drugs, illicit drugs, Sonko is peddling. They're not concerned about the looting that Peter Kenneth did at Kenyari. They're not concerned about any of that. The compromised and contaminated media, the cartel media, led by the Standard, is only concerned about sabotaging, trying to undermine an honest man, the only candidate in the Republic of Kenya with a clear vision, with a very crystal clear manifesto, with spiffy policies, and with concrete programs that will transform governance and service delivery for the city of Nairobi. That's the only person they are trying to hound. So you can see that the evil interests, the cartel interests, have converged between the basket of deplorables, Kidero Evans, Mike Sonko, Peter Kenneth on the one side, and Miguna Miguna on the other. So now they believe that If you cannot find any evidence against Miguna of misappropriation of public resources, of any unethical behavior as a lawyer, as a writer, as a husband, as a father, as a man, you concoct it, you manufacture it, you invade the privacy of an innocent child. You try to scandalize a 22-year-old that has done absolutely nothing to you. You scandalize an innocent girl with a future, and you try to undermine that girl's future because you hate her father, because you don't want an innocent man to occupy public office in the Republic of Kenya. So you start going after his children. It is immoral, it is evil, it is illegal, it is sick, and we must fight it robustly. We must fight it legally, we must fight it publicly, we must fight it everywhere we can. I appeal to the patriots of this city. Do not allow the cartels and their surrogates to distort information, to undermine truth, to fight honesty, to sabotage vision, and to try and stop a transformative system that is on course to transform this city from a third world banana, I almost said banana republic city, to a first world, efficient, clean, and properly managed city. This is what we must do. So wherever you are, whether you are in one of the 120 slums in Nairobi, whether you are university educated or college educated, whether you are primary school educated or secondary school educated, whether you are illiterate or literate, whether you are unemployed or employed, whether you consider yourself rich or poor, whoever you are, wherever you are, I'm appealing to you. Put aside tribal differences and petty hatreds. Put aside any hatred you have for the truth.